into reading after a couple months off, so let me show you what I picked up. There is nothing quite like a standalone, especially one that everyone has been rating really highly, to get me out of a reading slump, and all I know about Our Infinite Fates is that the two main characters are destined to love each other and destroy each other in every lifetime. Sign me up. The main reason I've taken such a long reading break is because I've recently learned about myself that I can't have more than one all-consuming hobby at a time, and I have spent the last few months doing my third playthrough of The Witcher 3 video game. But I realized I had never read the Witcher books, so I read the first 4 books earlier this year. These are the final 4 books in the series, and I really like this series. As a lifelong fantasy reader, and more recently a romantasy reader, I have never read a contemporary romance, and so I'm doing a reading challenge in April, reading only pink books for a week. I'm gonna film it for my YouTube channel, and so I purely picked these up because they were on my TBR and because they have pink covers. I'm expecting these two to be a bit more light and fluffy, and I'm expecting this to destroy me a little bit, and I'm excited. I also picked up the Rose Bargain for my Pink Books in April series, but that just hasn't arrived in the mail yet. People either love the Twisted series or hate the Twisted series, and in the name of getting into contemporary romance, I decided that if I don't read these ever, I'm always going to wonder if they'll be for me, so they're on the TBR. Also, in the name of getting into contemporary romance, I decided to look up some of the most popular contemporary romance authors out there right now and start by reading their most popular books. So for Allie Hazelwood, I picked up The Love Hypothesis. I absolutely love the movie Call Me By Your Name, and I've been curious about this book for a couple of years now, and I like that it's really short, so if I find myself behind on my reading goal, I'll just knock this one out really quickly. I know next to nothing about the YA fantasy Twin Crowns, aside from the fact that 2 twins at birth were separated and one was raised by witches and one was raised as a princess, and I like having a YA series on deck if I need something a bit lighter. Next up, we have books that all of Book Talk loves, but I haven't read yet because I was taking a break. So we have Quicksilver and Binding 13. I know next to nothing about both of these big books, aside from the fact that this is apparently like the next big thing in romantasy, so I know I'm going to love it. I know this is like a high school in Ireland in the early 2000s, rugby, lots of emotional trauma. Either way, I think I'm gonna love both. I am embarrassed to admit that I've always called myself a Jane Austen fan, as someone who has liked or loved all of the adaptations of her works that I've seen, but I have not read a single one of her books. So I got this box set of all of her books that she's ever written, and even if I don't love them, because I am intimidated by them, I know I can make my way through a classic book, and I will be very proud of myself for reading these.